Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Fauzi. I'm from Study Program Management 2022 Class A NPM 22411005. On this question, I will present material about selection and placement. Selection and placement are two important steps in the company's employers recruitment process. Selection is the process of selecting and selecting employees who are deemed to meet the criteria in accordance with the character of the job being applied for. Selection criteria are characteristics that a person must have to do a job successfully: ability, motivation, intelligence, consequential, opportunities, rights, and determinant may be good selection criteria for many jobs. After the selection process is carried out, the placement stage is carried out with the hope that the company will be able to get a good number and quality of work from an employer. Placing someone into the right job position is the goal of the placement stage. The placement of human resources must be seen as meeting process where if an employer is tenable for the job, it will affect the quantity and quality of the employer's work. This matching also directly affects training and operation costs. Definition of selection. Selection is the process of selection prospective employees who have qualification in accordance with job requirements. Selection is carried out after the recruitment process and is part of human resources management operations. Selection is carried out to reduce the number of applicants and obtain qualified and competent employees. Selection is carried out with a series of activity steps carried out to determine whether an applicant is accepted or rejected in a particular agency. After undergoing a series of tests carried out, selection is also referred to as an activity of selecting and determining applicants. The selection process involves choosing from various objects with only few objects being selected. In employment, selection is more specifically about making decision by limiting the number of employees who can be conditioned to work from a selection of group of potential employer candidates. The purpose of selection is to get to know employers who have economic value for the company, have high productivity, and have the skill set required by the position. Selection methods. The selection method is a series of activity steps carried out by the company that begin whether an applicant is accepted or rejected after undergoing a series of tests. The following are several employer selection methods commonly used by companies here: ability test, integrity test, personality test, job knowledge test, special ability test, hand-on participation, selection of application letters, resume checks, portfolio assessment, interview. The selection methods used must be the one that is felt to be the most operation and affect to obtain employers according to the company's needs. Apart from that, the registration methods will provide the result that every recruiter dreams of, namely creating quality candidates. Selection criteria. The search result provided information on the criteria for employers selection. According to the source, selection is a process of evaluating and deciding whether a job applicant is suitable for a particular position in an organization. The following are some of the criteria that can be used in the selection process. Job analysis. Selection should be based on job analysis, which involves describing the job and specifying the qualification required for the job. Qualification such as education, work experience, physical condition, and personality are important criteria for selection. Technical ability. The ability of employers to perform the tasks required for a particular job is an important selection criterion. Behavioral characteristics. The behavior and culture of employers are important criteria for selection, such as the ability to work independently, have a sense of shame, and have a good attitude. Character. The character of a person is important to consider in the selection process, as it can affect their work performance. Therefore, it is important to consider the character of job applicants in the selection process. In conclusion, the criteria for selection include job analysis, qualification, technical ability, behavioral characteristics, and character. These criteria are important to consider in the selection process to ensure that the selection employers are suitable for the job and can perform their duties effectively. Selection process. The selection process is a series of activities carried out by the company to select candidates who will be suits requires vacancies. The employer selection process usually carried out after the recruitment process and only selects the best group of candidates who meet the company's research criteria. The aim of employer selection is to obtain sustainable and competent employers and value the company culture, ensure company morale, and maintain a low turnover rate. The employer selection process includes several stages, such as unlocking vacancies, reviewing applicants' data, and conducting interior screening, conducting interviews, and conducting selection. There are various methods used by companies to select employers, such as ability tests, integrity tests, personality tests, and job knowledge tests. The selection process must be carried out effectively and in accordance with production so that the selection objective can be achieved. Definition of placement. Placement is the process of assigning or filling position or presenting employees to new tasks or position or different position. Employer placement is carried out by managers to place an employee in job adoption in the organization. Employer placement must be carried out appropriately and in accordance with the expansion skill possible by the employer. The aim of employer placement is to entice employers for the work they are given and to improve their abilities and skills as basis for the smooth running of their tasks so that they can be more productive. Form of employer placement can be in the form of promotion, transfer, demotion, or even termination of employer. Employer placement consists two four ways, namely new employers from outside the company. The company resources new employers from outside the company to available positions. This process involves different selection methods, such as interviews, tests, and reference assessment. To value a candidate. Number 2, assessment to a new place for assisting employers, which is called internal placement. The company places existing employees in the organization in available position. This process involves promotion, transfer, or charging position. Placement process. The deployment process can refer to events of the depending on the context. Here are some examples of placement process that can be found in search result. Job placement. Job is the process of assessing or filling a position or researching employers to new tasks or position or different position. This process is carried out after the selection process and aims to ensure that the company can get good quantity and quality of work from employers. Product stock placement. The product stock placement refers to the ways to place product at the right location so that they can be accessed by customer easily. Placement of conflicts. Placement of conflicts refers to the process of placing in a person who has been found quality by a court of enforcement and was status change to conflict or so called conflicts. Correctional institutions aim to provide the justice to prisoners, and good placement of prisoners is part of the development process in correctional institutions. Consideration. The said result provide various documents related to the selection and placement of employees in company. However, there is no specific questions to answer. Please provide a specific question related to the topic so that I can provide a more accurate and detailed answer. That is all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.